Hello again. I am here with another top 10 video, and it is part of my top 10 series that deal with each park at Walt Disney World. They are my top 10 things that I love at each park. So in the previous video, I did the top 10 things I love about Magic Kingdom, and today I'm going to do the top 10 things that I love about EPCOT. So let's get started. EPCOT has been part of Walt Disney World for over 35 years, and it is a park that is unlike the other parks in that it is more of an educational park in some ways, but it is becoming an exciting park, and it has been an exciting park. And it is honestly my second favorite park out of the four at Walt Disney World. So the first thing that I love about EPCOT is a ride, and that is Soarin'. Soarin' Across the World is a great ride. It is a simulator ride almost, where you are hang gliding across the world and you get to visit the Great Wall of China and the deserts and just France and just all these wonderful places. And it's an amazing ride. They do that kind of smell-o-vision where you can smell different areas, and it's just a wonderful ride, and I love it. I was on when they did Soaring Across California, and Soaring Around the World is even better in my opinion. Get a fast pass for it though, because the lines can be long. My second favorite thing at EPCOT is Spaceship Earth. So, two things about Spaceship Earth. Number one, I love the actual Spaceship Earth, the sphere. I think it is more, as weird as it sounds, more understated, but it's just gorgeous, and you can get such wonderful pictures of Spaceship Earth. I take so many pictures of it, morning, noon, night, especially at night. You can get wonderful pictures of the different colors when it hits. But what I particularly like about Spaceship Earth is actually the ride that is inside, and you get to journey through history with, if you're listening to it in English, with Judi Dench, and then at the end of the ride you get to put yourself into a future world, and it's just a very nice ride, dark ride to go on, and you learn a little bit and you get to see what your future might be. Number three thing that I love about EPCOT is the shops at World Showcase. So World Showcase is the other section of EPCOT. So EPCOT is divided into two sections, more future world-ish, and the World Showcase, where you have over 10 countries that are showcased, and you get the different I forget what you're called, the different buildings and things that are particular to that country. And the countries include France, Morocco, Norway, Germany, Italy, to name a few. And each one is uniquely different. But what I love are the shops. Every single World Showcase country has a shop, and the shops are unique to that country, and you get things that are unique to even your trip. They're not the typical tourist Disney items, which you can get, but they are just unique. I have gotten a Day of the Dead Skulls in Mexico. I've gotten a lamp from Morocco. Just all different kinds of things. A fan from Japan, which is a huge shop. You should go there. And it's just to go in the different shops and see all the different things. And if I had unlimited funds, I would buy so many things from these shops. They're just amazing. And if you love to shop and you want something unique as a souvenir from your trip, World Showcase. So the number four thing that I love about EPCOT at Walt Disney World is also with the World Showcase, and that is the World Showcase cast members. What I love is that at every country in the World Showcase, the cast members are actually from that country. So you can learn a lot about them. You can have them write messages for you in their language. You can ask them questions. You can learn so much from these cast members and from their country. That's So the number 4 thing that I love about EPCOT are the World Showcase cast members. Each of the cast members that are at the World Showcase are from the countries that they are working in. So if you go to France, the people who are at the World Showcase in France working are originally from France, and they will answer questions for you about their country. They will write you things in their language, and it's just a wonderful thing to be able to see and experience. And I actually have a fan from Japan that is written in Japanese from one of those cast members. So don't be shy, ask them questions, and really learn more about our wonderful world that we live in. Number 5 thing that I love about EPCOT is in the Japan Pavilion in the World Showcase, and that is the Pick a Pearl. So in Japan, in their gift shop, which is huge, and it begins with an M. I don't want to butcher it in how I say it, but it is a huge... Good down. So the number 5 thing that I love about EPCOT is in the Japan Pavilion, and that is the Pick a Pearl experience. So if you go to the gift shop in Japan, which is the largest gift shop in the World Showcase, you can go to a little area in there and they do a Pick a Pearl. So I suggest going early in the morning to do this when they open, because it can get very busy. But basically they have oysters all in a tank, and you pick one, and it's a complete oyster all closed up, and you pick one and they teach you some words in Japanese, and they open it up, and whatever pearl is in there is yours to keep, and they let you know the size of it and if it's common or not, and if you're lucky, you can sometimes get 2 pearls. Go for the ugliest looking oyster. In addition to that, it's around $15, $16 to do that, and you can get a pearl in a little bag. You can actually also get it put in a setting for you. So the pearl that I got, I'm actually not wearing, I should have wore it, is I got it put into a necklace, and it ranges in prices. I believe my necklace, when I had it put in a setting, was around $20. So for an actual pearl, it's not that bad, but it's a really fun experience. You learn more, you get to learn how to count in Japanese, and have a souvenir that is something that you wouldn't get anywhere else. So the number 6 thing that I love about EPCOT is the food at the World Showcase. Now, while I love all the different varieties of food that they have at the World Showcase, there is one thing that I love more than anything, and that is the cronut, or the croissant donut. It is at the refreshment port, which is right in the World Showcase, right before the Canada Pavilion. Croissant donut, if you are a donut fan like I am, cinnamon sugar, it's so good. And I have to have it each year. The last time I went, it was so hot at EPCOT, and I still had to have my croissant donut. It was messy, and it was very hot because it had just come out of the fryer, but it was so good. So try to experience different foods and take part in that croissant donut. I don't think you'll regret it. Number 7 thing that I love at EPCOT is the Journey into Imagination with Figment. Figment is a purple dragon that, with a scientist, take you into a journey about your imagination. And while there are awesome effects, it's just cute. It's a cute ride. It is a dark ride, and I just loved it. And Figment is adorable, and I especially love Figment when he wears his little yellow sweater. I really like that. I need to get a little plush Figment in a yellow sweater. If you know where I can get a plush Figment in a yellow sweater, please let me know in the comments below, because I really want one. But it's just a fun ride. It's funny. It just makes you happy. Be warned though, when they do the smell-o-vision part of it, all the time they will do the skunk, so just close your nose. You don't want to smell it. But I have never been on it when they haven't done the skunk. I think that's just the only one they do. But it's just a fun ride, and for all ages too. The number 8 thing that I love about EPCOT is all the events they do. So I believe there are at least 3 events that take place during the year at EPCOT. In the early to late winter, so your January, February, they do a Festival of Arts. I have not been to that, but I would love to someday. I'm a teacher. It's really hard to go during that time because it is after my winter break and before my spring break, but from the pictures, it just looks amazing. The other 2 events I have actually had the privilege of going to, and I believe about April, May-ish. I know May for certain. They have the Flower and Garden Festival, and that is May and June. It might even be July. And it is so beautiful. They have so many beautiful flower arrangements all across the park. It just brightens it up. And they have topiaries of all the different characters, and all throughout the world showcase there are different topiaries that you wouldn't see. And then in the fall, so I believe end of August through November, they have the Food and Wine Festival, which is another amazing festival, and they showcase different foods from around the world. So it's not just the countries that are always in EPCOT in the different pavilions. They add so many more. So you have Greece, South Korea, just all different types of food, and they give you little kind of like sample sizes. So it ranges from $4 to $10, and you get a little small bite, and they also have wine that you can try, and you get to try something without spending a great amount of money. However, note to self, get a gift card and put how much you're going to spend during that Food and Wine Festival, because you will rack up a lot. $5 adds up after a while, and you don't want to be surprised when you get your final bill that you spent so much at the Food and Wine Festival. But they have great food, and they actually give you a little passport so you can put down little stickers from where what you have eaten as a little memory, and that passport is free. So I just love the events. I think they really go all out in each of their events, and I would love to see the art festival at some point. The number 9 thing that I love about EPCOT are the different meet and greets at the park. So you get your general meet and greets in the future area by Spaceship Earth. I was about to say Space Mountain. By Spaceship Earth, where around there and right before the land area, you can see Mickey and Minnie and Goofy. You can also see Chip and Dale at some points, Pluto. But the good characters, not that they aren't great, I love those characters, but the characters that I believe are the ones that you would want to see are the ones in the World Showcase. So in every country, or almost every country. They're actually, I think, in every country in each pavilion, although I'm not sure about Canada now that I think about it, there is a character that is specific to that country. So in England, it is Alice from Alice in Wonderland and Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins is sometimes behind the shops in England. That's where I saw her. Alice is amazing. She's a great character to have a conversation with, and it's right in front of the tea areas where she normally goes. In France, you have Belle. In Germany, Snow White. Norway is Anna and Elsa. Morocco's Aladdin and Jasmine. I actually, a long time ago, met the genie in Morocco too. They're just, it's awesome. China, you see Mulan. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if Japan has one now too. If you know if Japan or Canada has a character meet and greet, let me know. Sometimes you'll also see Hercules, although his country is not there because he's from Greece, but it's just great to see those characters. And my all-time favorite character to see at the World Showcase is that guy up there. Oh, kind of hard to see. Is Donald, but he is in his Mexican outfit from the Three Caballeros. I'm terrible at pronouncing things today, but he is just a delight to see, and I have to get my picture taken with him every year. So take part in those meet and greets at the World Showcase, but because there'll be characters that you won't see in other parks in Walt Disney World, or at Walt Disney World. So the last thing that I love about EPCOT are all the details in the World Showcase. If you haven't already figured out, I'm a huge World Showcase fan. If I had the funds, I would travel the world. But when you can't travel the world, go to EPCOT and go to the World Showcase, because you're able to see and experience things that you normally wouldn't get to experience. And each of the pavilions in the World Showcase has so many details that are unique to that country. Whether it's the Mexican marketplace in the Mexican pavilion, or the, oh my gosh, I just blanked. So the number 10 thing that I love about EPCOT are all the details that are put into the World Showcase. If you haven't figured out already by watching this video, I am a huge fan of the World Showcase. I think they put so much thought and detail and respect into their designs of each country, and they are unique to each country. So take some time and actually look at all the details. You can actually also, if you're in the Norway gift shop, you can actually see the troll that used to be on the ride before they turned it to Frozen Ever After. So take a look in the gift shop, get a picture with him. It's quite fun. But take a look at the details, because that's what's great about Disney. They add so many details. The little things just make it an even better experience. Well, I hope you enjoyed my top 10 things that I love at EPCOT. Please let me know what you love at EPCOT. I love hearing from you, and I just am so grateful for everyone viewing and commenting on my videos. You guys are amazing and so wonderfully kind. I was very nervous when I started my YouTube channel, but the kind comments that the Disney family share, the Disney friends share, is just, it's amazing, and I am so grateful for each and every one of you, whether you subscribe or not. But please subscribe and like the video. But I hope you have a magical day. Bye.